и будет даже тень. Впрочем, в той тени, где я пока сухо и тепло, но я боюсь пока. Дни идут чередом, день едим, а три пьем. Мы в общем весело живем, хотя и тоже за окном магнитофон сломался. Я сижу в тишине, чему и рад вполне. табаку сок, каждому морю дождя глоток, каждому яблоку место упасть, каждому вору возможность украсть, каждой собаке палку и кости, каждому волку зубы и злость. Снова за окнами белый день, день вызывает меня на бой. Я чувствую, закрывая глаза, весь мир идет на меня войной. Если есть тело, должен быть дух. Если есть шаг, должен быть след. Если есть тьма, должен быть свет. Хочешь ли ты изменить этот мир? Сможешь ли ты принять как есть? Встать и выйти из ряда вон, сесть на электрический стул или трон. Снова за окнами белый день, день вызывает меня на бой. Я чувствую, закрывая глаза, весь мир идет на меня войной. Они говорят, им нельзя рисковать, потому что у них есть дом, в доме горит свет. И я не знаю точно, кто из нас прав. Меня ждет на улице дождь и ждет дома обед. Закрой за мной дверь, я ухожу. Закрой за мной дверь, я ухожу. ласковый свет, тебе найдется место у нас. Дождя хватит на всех. Посмотри на часы, посмотри на портрет на стене, прислушайся там за окном, ты услышишь наш смех. Закрой за мной дверь, я ухожу. 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 Белый снег, серый лед на растрескавшейся земле, одеялом лоскутным на ней город в дорожной петле. А над городом плывут облака, закрывая небесный свет. А над городом желтый дым, городу 2000 лет, прожитых под светом звезды по имени Солнце. И 2000 лет война, война без особых причин, война дело молодых, лекарство против морщин. Красная, красная кровь, через час уже просто земля, через 2 на ней цветы и трава, через 3 она снова жива и согрета лучами звезды по имени Солнце. судьбою больше любим, кто живет по законам другим и кому умирать молодым. Он не помнит слова «да» и слова «нет», он не помнит ни чинов, ни имен, и способен дотянуться до звезд, не считая, что это сон, и упасть опаленным звездой по имени Солнце. Покажи мне того, кто выжил один из полка. Но кто-то должен стать дверью, а кто-то замком, а кто-то ключом от замка. Тогда небо между землей и небом война. Ты не был, что ты не делал. непонятно, где лицо, а где рыло, и непонятно, где пряник, где плеть. Здесь все на нефть втыкаются в ивы, а рыба проходит сквозь сеть. И неясно, где море, где суша, где золото, а где медь. Что построить и что разрушить, и кому и зачем здесь петь нам с тобой. Голубых небес навес нам с тобой. Станет лес глухой
guys, if you are listening to this stream, please join. It's about to start, but I need to do some make some preparations before we start. Okay, where is the Hangouts? Yes, it's here. Now it's everything done, and supposedly you should see me. You can see me now. Please don't be shy. Just join. Surely I can speak with myself, but it would be better if you join me. Roman said he wouldn't join because he was tired, and now we need someone to come here. Yeah, there is no one for a while, but I hope someone is going to join us. Okay, yeah. While I'm waiting, I'll put the link below the stream in order you could join us if you are watching it on YouTube. I will put it into comments, okay? Oh, Stepan, here you are. How are you? I can hear you. Stepan, are you here? I can see you, but I can't hear you. Can you turn on your micro? We're waiting for the others. Stepan, are you here? You should push button on your phone so that I could hear you. Okay, let's see. Others will join us soon. Oh, Midhar, assalamu alaikum, how are you? Something wrong with my camera too. Oh, I got it. Sorry.
I not switched on my camera, but I cover my camera. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Stepan, it was my mistake. You may turn on your micro and I will hear you. Okay, Midhar, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm doing well.
Okay, we're waiting for the others. They usually come later, not on time. That's why we are free for now. Stepan is my pupil. Светлана, вам нужно включить микрофон, чтобы я вас слышал. Там попробуйте нажать на кнопочку. Там надо дать разрешение приложению, чтобы я вас мог слышать. Okay, oh, my camera is in a good working order. Okay. Oh, much better. You were close. У вас почти получилось.
А теперь?
Yes, much better. No, you turn it off again.
Ну как, ну а теперь меня слышно?
Yes, I can hear you now. How are you, my
okay.
friend?
I'm fine, and you?
All the same, as you can see. We are free now. We are waiting for others. And they will join later. They never come on time, as you know. Okay. And Midhat, tell me please, what about your activities today? What did you do?
Mm, After morning prayer, I studied English a bit. I refreshed my vocabulary.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, by spelling. Yes, and try to make some phrases with forgotten phrases.
Mm-hmm.
And what else? And yes, it, took, it took me 2 hours, I think, or a little bit more maybe. Then I called my friend,
Mm-hmm.
yes, and tried to uh, arrange a meeting in a mosque.
Mm.
Есть.
But I
Видео
couldn't,
выключено, а звук есть. Не хочу
so
просто.
I
А нужно держать.
decided to go with my son, my oldest son,
Mm.
and I jumped. I stuck in road traffic today.
Один.
Yes, and I it's almost late to Juma. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Midhat. And Stepan, uh, what did you do today?
I. У меня звук есть?
Yes, we can hear you. Speak only English.
I get up and I eat. I have breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
I go out
Мальчики.
and I go home.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you did something else? What were you doing out? I mean, when you were out.
I do on out play.
You played. You,
Yes.
you were playing when you were out. Okay, thank you. And Stepan, tell us about yourself, about your family, about your hobbies. What do you like to do?
I like sky. I like
Ski.
English.
You mean ski,
Ski.
like.
I like ski.
Mm-hmm.
I like English,
Mm-hmm.
and I like chess.
Play chess. Okay, playing chess. Okay, thank you. And Midhat, uh, can you tell me about your recent activities? I haven't seen you for ages, and I'd like to know more about your current life.
Yes, my previous events was just a minute. Yes, let me think a bit. Yes, previous. Yes, I took a course on oil and gas. Yes, this course took me 3 months. Yes, and what else? What else? And I met a new friend from New Zealand. He is also as we are. He is a Muslim. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
from New Zealand, but he lives in Indonesia now because he got married by Indonesian woman. Yes, and what else? I think 35 age old, maybe older. What else? Yes, he told me interesting things about Indonesia. What else? And because some my friends also told me about this country. Yes. What else? What else? And yes, and one of worst thing which happened with me was my fault from a horse.
You
And after
fell.
that,
You fell from a horse.
felt, yes, and I hurt my my left leg, and recovery took me more than 3 months. Yes. Alhamdulillah, I didn't break my bone. Uh, what else? Then I missed Ramadan because of coronavirus. My employee forced me to stay at George for 3 months. Yes.
Thank you. And Trinity, hello. How are you? Mr. Webtalk, hello. Alexandra, how are you?
Hi, Vladimir.
Thank you for joining.
Thanks for the invitation.
Haven't seen you
It's
for
a
ages.
pleasure.
Look, we're having today a special guest. His name's Stepan. He's my pupil, and he is at the beginning of learning English. And I'd like to represent him. He's here under his mother's account. That's why you might be misled by his name. Okay, and let's talk a bit. Stepan, do you like traveling by train?
Like
Traveling by train. Train. Toot.
да, я понял. I like это типа.
Have you ever traveled by train?
Yes, I like by train.
Don't be shy. Here are only friends here. There are only friends here. You may talk. Where did you travel by train?
I don't know.
You have never traveled by train. Okay. And would you like to travel by train? Do you want to travel by train?
Паровозики.
Do not speak Russian, please. Only English is allowed.
I like ride train. I like by train.
I like to travel or traveling by train. Yes? Okay, thank you. And hello to the rest of our today's meeting. Alexandra, Mr. Arsh, and Zainab, who have MD. Hello.
Hi, sir.
And what is your name?
My name is MD Janayat. You can call me Janayat as my nickname.
Janaya. Sounds good. Sound okay. Okay. And can you tell us about yourself?
Well, um, as you know, my name is MD Janayat. I am from Bangladesh by birth, but currently I'm living in Malaysia for a job purpose. I have been living here for 5 years, and I'm completed my graduation from university in Bangladesh.
Let me guess. You
So,
are a teacher,
yes.
English teacher.
Sorry, sir.
You are an English teacher.
Yeah, I have studied here, but
Which
I have
school?
not studied very much.
But it was obvious from the picture behind you.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Sherlock Holmes. Okay, and something else? Can you tell us more about yourself? Uh, what do you do in your free time? How do you like to spend your free time with family or with friends? What is more likely you should do? Mhm. Okay, can you hear us? Okay, as he is trying to establish his connection, let me ask Mr. WebTalk. Mr. WebTalk, tell us your recent news, please.
Hi. Hi,
Hi.
Vladimir. Uh-huh. Thanks for asking. Uh, what is? Please repeat your question.
Okay, I'll ask another question. Have you ever traveled by train? And
Ah, yeah,
where
yeah,
to?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. But it was a long time ago. My father and me uh, headed to the Moscow, to Moscow. Yeah, it was kind of mm, not short journey. It may be about 2 days. Mhm. And I like it. I like uh, going anywhere by train. But from since this childhood time, I didn't go anywhere.
Mm.
Yeah,
Eh,
I like. I remember I was laying on the second floor, on the second
birth.
bed. Yeah, on the second place.
Upper birth.
Mhm. Yeah, upper berth, and I was looking through the window to the nature, and I saw how nature changes. And for example, if we compare with our environment, it is steep without any forest, but deep into the country, closer to Moscow. Uh, we came across through a forest and some kind of mountains. Mm, Not mountains actually. How hills.
Mhm.
Yeah, mhm. It was very interesting.
You were impressed by changeable picturesque locations like through your during your way, yes?
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I like traveling by train. Okay, and okay, let me ask Alexandra. Alexandra, why do people prefer traveling by train to traveling by plane. Some people, I mean, of course.
Okay. Why do they prefer to travel by train? From my point of view, it's because lots of people like to see the nature, for example, such myself, when I travel by train from one country to another country. And imagine the Russian nature is it looks like we have lots of trees, it's something like that. But when I traveled to another country, there were no any trees, and it was like a huge difference. It was so interesting to see it, and maybe that's why lots of people prefer to travel by train. I don't know the exact answer to this question.
It's like a feel of traveling
Yeah,
because you can.
feeling. Yeah, because we can feel something special in our soul. I guess. But I don't know. I don't know.
Because we can perceive and understand that we are uh, on our way to somewhere instead of that feeling when we get on the plane and just
Yes.
fly over some
Yeah. Because on the plane we are able to see only the clouds, nothing else.
Thank you.
Okay, Vladimir, when you play tennis, you tired?
Sorry, I don't play tennis. I can't play tennis. I never tried. I have never tried. But Stepan, since you asked, where do you want to travel? Which country?
Two.
Where do you want to head to? I mean, uh, which country would you like to attend?
Так, люблю ли я?
What country will you visit when you grow up?
I visit. I
Will, yes.
I will visit Moscow.
And why?
And why? Почему?
Why?
Because Moscow
Is the capital.
it's Moscow capital.
And what will you be doing there?
Что я буду? I look a picture.
You look sightseeing. Okay, thank you. Okay, and let me greet Rita. Rita, hello. How are you?
Hello.
Oh, you should turn on your micro, otherwise we can't hear you.
Now can you hear me?
Yes, much better. Thank you.
Because it's always a problem with the laptop for me. Okay. RD, I know RD, and RD, hello, knows that I am perfect. I don't know. I don't know anything about computer. Okay, and so RD is a great friend of mine, and he helps me in using this technology that sometimes is fantastic, but other times is very difficult for me. Thank you again.
Yes, I know. Hello.
You're so
That's
bright
my
and
pleasure.
cheerful. You boosted my spirits since you came. Thank you. And Rita, can you tell us more about yourself? Because I am sure of it that some of us do not know a bit of information about you. But I see you, I encounter you every time I'm on the talk.
Yeah, okay. Yes, with pleasure. I can give you some information about myself. I am Rita from Italy. I am was used to be a teacher because at the moment I am retired, and I try to be always on this community conversation in these groups of English because I don't want to forget my little English, okay? And so I try to talk, I try to speak, I try to be also disturbing a bit because I am a bit too much talkative, and so I have to refrain myself. And but anyway, I want to talk, and it's always a pleasure for me to stay with you. And I am definitely very grateful to you, for example, and to the other teachers who give us their time in order to help us in improving, exercising, and things like that. So
It's just pleasure of mine to see you all.
thank you.
Though I'm tired, I always try to dedicate my Fridays evening to you, my friends, because I want to see you more and more. But it's a busy social world recently.
Oh, very nice, very interesting, because for me it's the first time, but it's not the last, surely.
Thank you, thank you. God bless you. Okay,
Thank you.
and Rita, when you've got some free time, what do you do? Your hobbies maybe, but with
Yeah.
talk.
Well, I have a lot of free time, above all in this period of COVID, okay, because we are obliged to stay inside. They suggested us not to go out, and so I spend a lot of time inside. My favorite hobbies are reading. Yes, reading. I love reading a lot, and stay in communication with my friends. Okay, so and I mean for my friends, I mean you on the web talk on the website in general. So you and other friends, in order to talk in English, and also my friends in Italy, in my community, in my native community. Okay, so we can share opinion. We can try to be positive, above all in this period, laughing a lot, because I think that laughing is a good remedy in this moment. We have to be positive and think pink, as English people say, okay? It's not an easy task, but anyway, we have to try, yeah.
Thank you, thank you. And I nearly forget to greet my friend Zainab. Zainab, how are you?
Hello, hello everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we do.
Yes. Hello.
Hello.
How are you guys?
Oh, good enough. What about you?
I'm fine. Just
O-
fine.
Okay, Zainab is required to pull out some information from her, and now I'd like to ask her, um, how much
Okay.
time did you spend on your longest train journey?
The longest one?
If you've ever traveled.
Of course. Okay. Um, 3. Okay. No, not 3. I don't really remember. Like one day. One day.
Not
I
bad.
spent the whole day just to. I spent 24 hours just to reach the city where I want to.
And there is no doubt you will not tell us where did you travel
Uh,
to.
no, it's not. It's not a country. I say it's a city. When I was a
Ah,
kid, it was the longest one, longest journey. But if you ask me the last couple years, I would say 2 hours, 3 hours, like this. But when I was a kid, it was the longest one. I can't forget it.
And what was the purpose of your traveling, of your journey?
Just for fun. You mean this one when I was a kid? Don't ask me when I was a kid. Actually, just for fun. And recently, it was for how can I say, visiting my Ryan, visiting my cousins.
And you need to travel by train to reach your
Yeah,
cousins.
actually, the one with 3 hours, I traveled with with train by train. But when I was a kid, it was by car, my father's car.
And how do you like traveling by train? What is special in traveling by train for you?
I would love to, not by train actually. I would love to travel by my own car or somebody's car, like somebody I know. You get me? Something official like car, like how can I say, train or I don't know, plane. I don't like to. I want to have my own to travel.
You need your own means of transportation, like a car or something else. Yes.
Yeah, of course.
And why?
So I can control. I can control my brakes, my everything.
And okay, thank you. And Lutza, hello, sister. How are you?
Oh, my brother, how are you? Wow, I missed you a lot.
I'm good enough because look, here is my pupil Stepan. And have you brought your son with you?
Oh yeah, but my son is little. You wanna talk with my son?
No, not
Okay,
not,
let's
not
listen.
me. I'd like him to talk to Stepan. It is going to be fun.
But where is your?
His nickname. Oh, he
Oh,
is here. Hello,
okay,
say
just a minute to see. Because
Stepan.
before we finish our live stream, and
Yes.
let's see. David,
Stepan,
look.
she
Do you want
will.
to talk with? Look, here is a. You. Oh, look, he's a boy. Look, just say hi. Can you? Look, can you say hi? Hi.
Stepan, it was addressed to you.
Come on. Come on, say hi. Hi. Tell him your name. Come on, introduce yourself. My name is David. And I'm playing games. And I'm playing Roblox.
And Stepan, tell him something.
Hi, sus un pic. Come on. Okay.
And Stepan, ask him
Come on, let's
something.
see.
Ask him something. Maybe something about his life. Ask him. I don't know. Maybe.
David, how old are you?
Oh, well
I'm
done.
8.
8?
I am 8.
Oh, you are at the same age.
Me, 8 too.
That's very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you too.
أنت بالفيديو دي.
My mom is.
No, I said tell him where are you from.
Where are you from? I'm from Russia.
And ask him what about you? You may ask him, for instance.
Where from you?
Where are you from?
I'm from Romania.
Okay. And Stepan, do not hesitate to ask him something else. Ask him about his, I don't know, hobbies and you know the list. What do you ask your friends when you see them? Maybe some regular questions. City. City.
City. David, where from you city?
Which city are you from? What city are you from?
Paris. Okay, he's living in Paris.
Good.
Okay,
I from Ufa.
Okay, ask him something. You don't have any question?
No. Sure.
No? Come on. Look,
Oh,
he's my brother, you see? He's my brother, you see?
David, give me your hand. Okay. Okay, next time I suggest you to make up some questions for each other. It would be better. Okay, thank you. And
Okay.
okay, and MD, sorry, I forgot your nickname. Can you help me to recall it?
My name is MD Junaid.
And how often people in your country do travel by train, and why they do, and why do they? Yes.
Is the question for me?
Yes, of course.
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, it's very casually we use train in our country because you know that as Bangladesh it's not much development and train management is still not good. So we don't use it daily, but casually when we go so far, we use it like our capital Dhaka from Chittagong, we use it, but not all the time.
And would you change this means of transportation if you could?
Could you repeat your question, please?
Would you change this means of transportation if you could for traveling by air or I don't know, car?
Sure. It's depend on my journey and it's depend on my way of far. If it's very far, I try to use train. But it is very short place, I use car, a motor, like this. And when I need to go out of my country or overseas, I try to use helicopter or
helicopter.
Helicopter or airplane, like.
And how much for such traveling, such a travel on a helicopter? In helicopter, it's supposedly it's supposed to be an expensive traveling.
Definitely, helicopter is always expensive than airplane because helicopter is like personally we use hiring for occasionally if you need to do if you need to use it for our own work to do some videos or to enjoy the weather from a sky. We try to use helicopter. When we need to take some snap and good snap, we use it. Or for visiting somewhere, we use it. But we use a helicopter to go out of country, but we cannot hire it. It's very expensive, really. So we have to share it with other people like this.
Thank you. And let me ask Alexandra. Alexandra, do you like visiting a dining car?
Sorry, could you repeat?
Do you like visiting a dining car where you eat, the special carriage designed for eating? As to me, I like it. When you look through a window, sit eating
Ah,
something.
yes, I understand. I understood you. Yeah, why not? I do. It sounds interesting, at least for me, because you're able to look at such a beautiful view, first of all, and to eat at the same time.
Um, how do you feel when you sit in the I don't know in the dining room, in dining carriage? Is it something special for you, or
Nothing special, but just because of the view, nothing else for me.
do you believe that we should serve tables as in at restaurants, or it should be like some common
Spontaneous.
place? Yes, spontaneous, or with your unpacked chicken and so on.
Actually, it depends on the place where you are going to eat. For example, we had this kind of restaurants here in Yekaterinburg, where obviously we don't need to book a table. I can go, but not now, unfortunately. But before, I visited this place.
Thank you. And uh, Rita, can you tell me, should we visit a dining carriage dressed in dresses and suits, like as if we were going to some restaurant?
Depends, Vladimir, depends. Depends of how much do you want to spend. Because if you want to go and visit the Orient Express, for example, so you have to be a very rich man and have a lot of money, and so you'll be served by a lot of waiter and waitress in a very rich and splendid dining carriage, and so you are transported, you are moved in another atmosphere in the first years of the centuries. Okay, so but anyway, I am joking, of course, because I never visited a dining carriage in my train, because you have to know that my part of Italy is very underdeveloped, and so the train transport, they are very neglected. So I prefer use the car or use the other public transport. Okay, but anyway, in my imagination, a dining carriage is so nice, so amazing. Okay, so fascinating.
And Rita, should we put out our own food from bags and so on, unpacked it and put on tables in a dining carriage, or we'd better have some aesthetics moment, like this, because it's something special to be in such a place.
Yeah, I think that the first thing you have mentioned, it is not possible done in a dining carriage. Okay, so if you are in a private compartment, you can put out your sandwich and your coffee or your tea, and you can have it. But in a dining carriage, no, I think it's not possible. You must pay, and you must be served by waiter and waitress. Okay.
And the last question to you: do you find something special in traveling by train, or it's just a common means of transportation to you?
Well, I think that traveling by train has a particular fashion for me, because I love traveling by train. Unfortunately, as I said before, in my nation, train transport is not well developed in the part where I live now, okay? Because when you are in a train, you have the possibility to stay for a long period there, and so you can chat with your, if you want, of course, with other friends, or you can enjoy the background, the scenery, or who flows in front of you, okay? In a flight, it's so different. Everything is in rush when you are on a plane. When you are in the car, you must pay a lot of attention because it's very dangerous for the driver to be distracted. So I think that the train is a very comfortable way for enjoying your travel.
Okay, thank you. And
Goodbye.
Stepan? Oh, Stepan left us. Okay, and Lutza, what should be improved in trains?
I don't really travel by train.
You, as a well-qualified technician, you should know something.
Well, I think depends. I don't know what we should improve. Yeah, maybe it will be amazing to have Wi-Fi, you know. Yeah, Wi-Fi and also the toilet. Yeah, we should have toilet because not in all trains we have toilet. And water, you know, I think.
I think we have every single piece of item you mentioned.
I don't really travel by train. I sometimes here, but not really. I don't. I enjoy driving my car, you know.
And you would travel in your car even for a long distance?
Well, to be honest, a few months ago, I was working. Actually, I had lots of work, you know, to deliver the things. So I can say I made maybe 500 kilometers per day. So 500. 500.
500 kilometers per day, Lutza. Oh my God.
Because here we have, we are selling, you know, some materials for construction, and in that time we didn't have, you know, the people who are working with us, so I was working also like that, day and night. Yeah.
And you helped your husband out, yes, with his work?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Lutza, you are a businesswoman. You have a great volume of work recently, traveling at least 500 kilometers a day.
It's okay. It's you know, when you start driving, after you get used it. Believe me, it's not so hard.
Oh, I traveled once for equal distance, but I wouldn't say I liked it. Okay, thank you, Lutza. And Teacher Chris is here. Welcome! All prizes to you. Let it out. Let it out. Let it out. Was it snake or what? Teacher Chris. Teacher Chris is his own dimension. He can't speak with us until he gets his enlightenment. Teacher
No,
Chris,
because,
hello.
you know, if my wife gets up and the door is open, then you could see her in her nightwear, and we don't want that.
Oh, surely we.
So I closed the door.
Okay, it was nice of you. Thank you, Teacher Chris. And Teacher Chris, tell us, how do you feel today? Have you had enough fruit or not?
I haven't had anything yet today.
Because it's early morning yet, yes?
Well, it's almost 9 in the morning. I got up to put the garbage out like Fred Flintstone.
well, not at night, but when it was dark this morning, I got up about 5:30 this morning, and I've been up for 3 hours, and then I checked my talk mail. Oh my goodness! I checked my talk mail, and then MC Chris gave me MC Chris gave MC Vladimir B some talk mail, and I just found out about it, and I just joined.
God bless you. God bless you for being so kind as to join us. And MC Vladimir, can you tell me?
Okay.
Will railway disappear in the future? From the start, I got you. And how?
I don't know what you were saying. I wasn't listening. I was shocked by what you were saying. I did not listen.
Okay.
Okay.
You
So
may read
let me pretend being
in our
English as
dimension.
a second language, and I would say, Vladimir, what's the topic? What's the topic? I need the topic. What's the topic? Okay.
We're talking about traveling by train. What are advantages or disadvantages of it? About it, and the question was, will railway disappear in the future?
That is a good question. For example, we have a very poor rail system here and in America. We have a commuter rail system on the East Coast going up and down, where a lot of the population is. And we have a little bit here on the West Coast. It's interesting because of COVID-19 right now. More people are driving and riding in individual cars more than ever. And the people on buses and trains, not so much. So example, in the next couple of years, I really don't know. I think the future is like, for example, Airbus over there in Europe, over in Kochnalutsa's territory. They're working on computerized, pre-programmed little pods, little cars that you would go in and says, well, take me to Kochnalutsa's house, and it would automatically take me there. I'm serious. I'm not making this up. So because of COVID and people don't like to be crammed in public spaces, maybe the rail would be individual pods, maybe. So we have to wait and see how this pandemic, it's early, no food. Pandemic, I may need fruit. Pandemic would work out, because all of a sudden, because of COVID, like we're building light rail to come to my city, and it may not be the future. It may be individual pods, pre-programmed, going everywhere because of COVID. So it's quite a switch around from the pre-COVID days, where we all think that we're going to have light rail and cram everybody into one space for public transport. You know, cram means put everybody in close quarters together. So we don't know, and more, more and more people are home, working from home, and they're not moving from place to place for work. So it may be in jeopardy. It may be in trouble. I know that I'll be stuck in this blue room for another couple of years. Hopefully not. I hope you get a bigger room than what you have, Vladimir, to move around in someday.
No,
Um,
that's a good size for me.
oh, it's a good size for you. Okay, so then you could still sleep in your closet. That's okay. All right. Um, as long as you can find somebody else to sleep in the closet with, be nice and cozy in the wintertime. So.
Okay, and suppose we've got those cars you mentioned, which would help us to attend our friends whenever they are. Should we connect like we do on WebTalk before we attend them?
What do you say that again?
I mean, you mentioned some cars which would help us to attend our friends from
Yes, we would say we would go into the pod. It's a driverless pod, and then we would tell the computer, I want to go to Coach Nalutz's address, and I have Coach Nalutz's address, and then I would go from one part of Paris or one part of France to where she is, or it will take me, I want to go to Romania, or I want to go somewhere else. So this is what Airbus is working on right now, where you could pre-program a destination into the pod and it will take you there.
And yeah, I
So
thought
Airbus is working on that right now.
I thought you meant some means of transportation which would take us as close as possible to someone's place, like
No, they're right to their place, exactly right to their place. You program.
And the question was, should we connect to someone before attending them? Like, you can't visit Nilutz's place before you connect to her. Like,
Well, wouldn't that be exciting to show up at 5 a.m. unannounced? I know, but it would be better to let her know first. Of course, of course, of course. With family and close friends, sometimes I show up unannounced, but maybe now I will not do that.
okay.
So I used to do that with my family all the time. I'd come back to America from Europe and my mother didn't know I was coming. True story. And then I knocked on the door and I haven't seen my mother for 9 months, and she opened up the door. There I was. I said, "Mom, what's for dinner?"
Oh, you may do the same with Nilutza.
No. I would not do that. Would not do that with Nilutza, because she's a life coach and she needs the business. I don't want to kill her. No, but I did that with my mother years ago in my 20s. I came home early from Europe and she didn't know I was coming, and there I was, and I shocked the hell out of her. She's still around at 95, but when you are kids, you have fun. I have to put a hat on because the sun is right in my eyes.
He let out a cry. Okay.
Oh yeah, he let her cry out. She almost died.
Yes. Teacher Chris, do not be so sad. I know how you feel. Maybe not. Oh, much better. You're a skilled farmer now.
Yeah, but the sun is still in my eyes. I have to move my chair. It's right in my eyes.
Okay. Teacher Chris, have you gathered crop today? Crop of tomatoes?
I have not started my GeoAg. I have not started my GeoAg.
I was I was about to ask Nilutsa something, but well, not
I have not
Nilutsa,
started it yet.
Zainab, but she left us for good, I suppose. But I hope she will join us.
I
Okay.
scare people away, you know. I scare people away. And I hope Alexandra is feeling better. I've had my thoughts and prayers.
No. Teacher
well.
Chris, you boost people's confidence. Do not think about yourself like that.
No, I just say that when people aren't feeling well, I give them goodwill.
Yes, and
Privately.
once you came, she felt better and left for
How do
good.
you know that? Are you a psychic?
No, I just believe it. I take the view
Oh,
that
good.
I take the view that you affect people this way.
Oh yeah, I'm very effective. Yes.
Okay, thank you. And Alexandra, Teacher Chris has put an appearance, and I'd like to ask you, how do you like his new hat?
It looks great for me. Yeah, I like it.
He bears a striking resemblance to
He looks like a farmer. Yeah.
And do you know the exact reason why he has covered his eyes? Could it be that he is crying
No,
and
it's
just
the
pretending?
sunlight. It's the sunlight.
Sunlight.
Of course, sunlight.
Sunlight. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we have some questions. Let me see. I didn't haven't expected that someone would.
How many questions do you have?
It was Tutor Jack. How many questions?
Too many questions.
And Alexandra, do you prefer to socialize with other passengers or to keep alone?
I prefer to stay alone.
And why so? You don't like people, or?
I like people, but most of the time people don't like me. Just
And
because
why so?
because
Maybe you beat them.
they can't understand my point.
Maybe you should stop trying persuading them.
Maybe, but some people don't like me here. But
Alexandra, I don't agree with you. Sorry, Vladimir, if I interrupt you, but Alexandra, you are wrong, my dear friend. How can you know that the other people don't like you?
Mm-hmm.
How is possible? How is possible? What are the reason of your opinion? Why? What are you thinking about me, for example? At this moment, I am another people.
I'm not talking about.
Sorry, but do you think I don't like you? Do you think about me that I don't like you?
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about my real life in my city, for example.
It's your real life.
In real life.
What do you mean for real life? What do you mean for life is real? Any life is real.
In my country, in my city, people I meet all the time outside.
Yeah, of course, because staying with other people is so difficult. But this could be also so lovely, and Nelutsa could help you much better than she can use better words than mine. Okay, because I think that yes, you are right. People are very difficult to stay with, but I can repeat you. They can also could be so lovely, so fashionable, so good, so pleasant. You have to try, Alexandra, to change your opinion, because I think that you haven't tried enough.
I've tried a lot, but I know what kind of people like me. Maybe some people don't like me because we are not the same. We're not similar, and that's why we can't. For example, maybe I don't like someone, maybe just because of their behavior.
And MD, Do you believe that if Alexandra wears such a hat like Chris, she would find more friend? MD, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here, but I didn't get you perfectly, your question.
I mean, can you see teacher Chris's hat? He is wearing.
Yeah.
And do you believe that if Alexandra put on such a hat on her head, it would help her to find more close friends?
Actually, it's very hard to understand your voice.
I mean, do you like teacher Chris' hat?
What head?
Hat, which he
Oh,
just
yes.
yes, this
Yeah.
one.
No, it's very nice head and it's glamoring now. He weared a nice
Such a
cap.
handsome.
Yeah. but I never bought like him because I feel shy coming in front of the people. But he's looking very nice now. But I didn't see with hair. I think it's very fantastic style of him.
Like a model from the picture, yes? Like something special in this guy. Now he's in another dimension. He can't, get every single world. Okay, MD, would you like to explore the dimension Teacher Chris in? Would you like to be in Teacher Chris's dimension?
Dimension?
Yes, another world, not this one.
Actually,
oh, I don't like to just sorry. Okay, MD, I will ask you something more particular.
Okay.
Have you ever met an interesting person on your train trip?
Expression.
Interesting person. When you were traveling, you met someone who was of interesting to you. Yes, I suppose like that.
Sorry, I'm not getting your question.
I don't. I mean, have you ever met an interesting person when you traveled by train?
This mean, have ever I made any friend?
Yes.
Or passenger
on the train. Yes.
Yeah, was my friend. Yeah, this mean. Okay. Yeah, sure. I got a friend who was from my same village, but I never seen him there before. On the way, he asked me about my introduction, and I introduced him, and he was surprised that why we didn't met before this time, but we are from same area because I was not living my own place. I was living very far from my village. For that reason, I didn't met him. But he was very interesting person. Really, I enjoyed him very much for long journey.
And you are still friends.
Yeah, since that still he's my friend, and he's my Facebook friend, but we cannot meet now because now I'm living in Malaysia. He's in Bangladesh. But through the universal, we connect daily.
Mhm. You are you try to keep in touch.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. And
Welcome.
in Lutza, have you ever continued your train acquaintance? When you, I don't know, maybe you met someone special and you liked, and you like Mr. MD still in touch.
No, by train, no, but by plane, yes. Because as you know, I'm not traveling by train too much, but yeah.
Yes, you
Yeah,
mentioned.
a lady. She was traveling from Paris to Cluj-Napoca to Romania, and I want to say we are still friends. She's more older than me, probably the age of my mom, or maybe more than my mom, like that. And I remember she was in a very, very bad mood in that time. She had some kind of problems with her, let's say, her family. And I know I make her laugh, and after she was feeling so well, so amazing, she said, okay, give me your number because I want to keep in touch with you. And of course, I gave her my number, I gave her my Facebook, and even now she's calling me. Yeah, it's true. It's such an amazing, thing when you can make someone laugh, and feeling well, because she was really in a very, very, very bad mood in that time.
But I still can get. How did you make her acquaintance? You
No, it was a friend. No, I make her friend.
Yeah. No, I mean, you both were sitting by each other, next to each other, and then you noticed her bad mood or her blank expression on her face, and you addressed her like, "What's wrong? Take some love," or how was that?
No, she was just, sitting here by me, and of course she was, I'm feeling so bad. I'm so tired, And what I did nothing. I was just listening, I was just listening. And she was telling me everything what she had on her soul. And after she was laughing. Simple. It's so simple to make someone feel well. Just to listen to them. You don't have to do anything, just to listen.
But nevertheless, what was the opening gambit? Who started that conversation?
Of course, she.
She noticed that someone was by her, and like, Lutza, you know why I feel bad? And you asked why, and then it continued. Yes?
No, I just say, okay, tell me what happened. How can I help? Yeah. So believe me, people don't need anything, just to listen to them and to be there, of course. When I say to listen, really to listen, not just to make that you are listening. And to put some question, but always to try to give them hope and a light. This is important. I mean, even if you fight with someone, go and tell her, okay, but fight too. Do you also bad things? No, don't do like that. Just try to help them and to see, okay, but what did you learn from this experience? How this experience will help you on the future, So, simple.
And she's still spill out her resentment on you, and you listen to her, or your relationships developed into something better than that.
Well, always she's calling me, I think, when she needs something. I mean, when she needs someone to listen, But it's a pleasure to listen to her. Really, it's really a pleasure, because I think she had some kind of surgery last year, and she had some kind of problem and cancer she was had before. But yeah, it's great. And Alexandra said before that people doesn't like me. Well, maybe you don't really want to talk to people many times, because these things also happened to me before. Many times I said, well, people doesn't like me. People don't like me. But after I, you know, you need to stay little with yourself and to ask, but do I like myself? You know, do I like myself? So when you realize that maybe you don't like yourself, or maybe you don't love yourself enough, or maybe you are not feeling in mood to talk to people, then it's another thing, you know. And when you love yourself, when you like yourself, also others will like you. And if are people who really doesn't like you, forget about them. You will find others, because believe me, there are lots of people on this earth. Yeah, when a door is closing, another one is opening. So like that is also in relationship, you know. Oh, my husband doesn't love me. Oh, really? But do you love yourself? Do you love him? You know. So
Meluza, it's not an easy task, loving ourselves. It's not an easy task. Loving myself, I have to learn how to love
yeah,
myself. Okay, and I have to have a good teacher as well, because alone by my own I am not able to love myself. Okay, because
course.
you know better than me, there are a lot of situations around the person who sometimes avoid him or her to love herself. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we should love ourselves how we are. I mean, to accept as we are is very important.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
let's be honest, we are not God, all right, to be perfect. We are perfect in our imperfection, okay?
Yeah.
Maybe
This is
someone
the
wants to
key.
be,
This is
maybe
the
someone wants
key.
me to be more slim, maybe more fat, but I am how I am. And I love myself how I am. I accept myself. So why not? Because I'm unique, you know? So I have this right. Who doesn't love me? It's okay, no problem. Bye bye. I respect you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and look, when I see my handsome brother now, I don't know, Rita, if you know, but Vladimir is my brother.
Yeah, really? Okay.
Welcome from Romania.
Okay.
Welcome from shiny Romania.
I don't know where is my father yet. Really, Vladimir,
Yes,
our father.
we
I'm
can't
sorry.
find our father. Whatever we do, we can't find even a sign of trace of him. There is no way we find him in finding him, because he left us for good when we were children, and Neluca and I tried to get on his trace, but
To
nothing.
survive. To survive.
Yes.
Mm.
About loving ourselves, I hadn't loved myself until I made myself to study English with the whole persistence I had. And then through from the level of my experience, I can say that now I feel much better than it was previously. We should, build on success. Not like we should love ourselves only because we are people and so on. We should find something we like and develop to become better in this
Yes,
area.
you've just reminded me a story happened to me when I started learning English. Why I mention people don't like me, because I lost some of my friends here in my city because I started learning the language, and they didn't understand me my point. What was the reason for that? That's why sometimes people can't understand me. Why? Why? What happened with you?
I
Because
know
it's just like what?
you just left their level, and they didn't feel like letting you letting you doing so. That's why they couldn't couldn't I don't know let you leave them. That's the point.
Because
Otherwise,
I immerse myself in the language, you know, and for them it was like they couldn't understand why am I doing it? There was a question for me because I like it and people can't understand. They still can't understand it.
it's strange sort of people who can understand why you um, trying to get a better level of education. I think
Yeah, I met this kind of people.
I would stay away from such.
Me too. I'm trying to do it. Yeah.
Okay, a close friend would respect your efforts in every way, whatever it
Close
could be.
friend, yeah.
Like music or whatever you try to take up to take hang of it. I don't know, and it's strange. Rita, why do
Vladimir,
people?
can I tell you a thing? The expression of Nelutsa face speaks much more better than any words. Okay, I love the expression of the eyes of Nelutsa because they talk to us and they want to express their opinion. But your expression is so perfect, Nelutsa. Yeah.
Yeah, someone really said to me once time, "You are an open book."
Sorry, Vladimir. Carry on. Carry on.
No, it's okay. You may interrupt at any time. Just
No,
feel
no,
free.
no, no.
It's
Sorry.
free conversation.
Sorry.
It would be even better than than me asking those stupid questions about trains. Okay, and Rita, why do people try to prevent their friends from becoming better?
Well, if you are speaking about a particular category of people, I think because I think that this particular category they are a bit envious, okay, and so the envy is a very bad feelings that push you towards very bad things. But if you have a real close friends, so a real friends loves you, and so he or she wants that you get better and better, okay, so the fortune is when you have the fortune to meet and to get in touch with these real persons, with real people, okay, and it's not easy, but is not difficult as well, because if you look for a close friend, I think that you can find him or her. Yeah, it's not impossible because you have to be on the same wavelength, but not similar, of course, because I don't love a photocopy of myself, okay? Because if I love you as my friend, of course you have a different opinion. We can discuss. We can also arguing, okay? But anyway, then I love you and you love me, and so the things were better and better, okay?
Thank you. And let me.
Birth.
And Teacher Chris, do you prefer a lower or upper berth? Being on the train. Turn on your micro, please.
Okay. You understand that we have very few trains with berths anymore, and if I had to be in an upper berth or a lower berth, of course, at my age, at 63, all old and decrepit, I would prefer a lower berth without an upper berth above me.
Okay.
But I want to let you know, here in America, when I was on a train for 2 days, I was sleeping sitting up because I only could afford just a seat on the train. No berths.
And for how long?
2 days.
2 days.
2
Sitting?
days.
Oh,
Yes.
and you say that you are decrepit after two
No,
two
no,
days
no,
journey.
no. I'm old and decrepit now. This was 20 years ago
Ah.
when I was 43. I took a trip from Connecticut to Wisconsin. So I took a train. It costs more money to take a train than being on an airplane. And so I wanted to try it. So I was visiting my sister who was in a play in Wisconsin. And I met my mother there. And I took a train from Connecticut to Wisconsin. So no, I went to Chicago and then I took a bus to. So here in America, people, I think it costs more money to take trains than to fly.
Yeah, because I remember my traveling on a bus, and it took 8 hours, and I was nearly dying at the end of this journey because and you recall being on train for
Too
2
many bus
days.
fumes. Too many bus fumes. Yes, I understand.
And maybe that's why you are so bright and cheerful, full of energy, boundless energy coming from you because of you built up yourself traveling for 2 days.
I don't remember. I don't know. I don't know. My wife has to use half my brain because we share each other's lives so much. I mean, we depend on each other since we are older people. Fortunately, we have unconditional love, so we're almost like one soul sometimes. And maybe Coach Nalutsa can understand that very clearly. Is that when two people work in unconditional love, we're almost like one person.
And teacher Chris, I almost forgot to ask you, can you describe in a few words your dimension that you are in sometimes?
My dimension?
Yes.
Well, if I was in the fifth dimension, I would sing some songs from them. So, no, seriously, I'm in many dimensions all at once. And the physical dimension is just one of them. And the other dimension is the dimension of thought. The other dimension is the one of feelings. And the other dimension is of memory. And the other dimension is of the subconscious. And there is a dimension where there is no dimension. And that's the other dimension.
They're tearing
Where are
you
you now, teacher Chris? Where are you now? In which dimension are you now? In no dimension?
All of them.
They're tearing you apart, like from inside and outside.
All of them.
Okay. All of one. Okay. Thank you, Vladimir. I have to go now, guys. It was so pleasant for me to stay with you, and so I hope with all my heart to find you again next Friday. Okay. Thank you, Vladimir. Thank you so much.
Have a blessed day. Miss Rita.
Thank
It
you.
was pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Unconditional love to you from cold
Thank you.
Russia.
Yeah. And from me to all of you, a lot of very good positive energy. Okay. Enjoy your time. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Okay. What a wonderful woman she is. Thank you. And I think the last question to Alexandra. How do you feel about separating compartments for men and women?
How do I feel?
Should we have?
What?
How do you feel about separating compartments for men and women?
What?
I mean, when man and woman are in another, how to say, rooms in on train, if I may say so.
On the train.
Of course, we are talking about train, even when we come to dimension.
I have no ideas how it could be.
Should man and woman be in the same compartment?
Maybe. Why not?
And
It
how do you
depends
feel
on
about it?
them. Actually,
How would you change your underpants when there are many many teacher quizzes?
I don't know how to tell you about it because
It's embarrassing, isn't it?
it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
I want to say one thing. When I lived in Europe, people's idea of changing underpants in public was a lot different when people changing underwear in public in America. It's very different.
And Nelutsa, maybe you've got some ideas about traveling together. Would you travel in the same compartment with me and teacher Chris and Alexander?
Oh, yeah, of course.
We will sing our national songs, yes? Like...
Vladimir, listen to me. I don't have why to not travel with you because, first of all, you are my dear brother.
Yes,
okay?
yes.
Mr.
You might
Chris,
change underwear.
he can travel to another dimension, so will not be a problem there.
Ah, look. some idea came.
I have to ask my wife first.
Yes. But look, when they change their underpants, we may go in some of dimensions of teacher Chris's dimensions and not look at
I'm
them.
sure you will be in another dimension on that time. I'm sure of that thing. Oh, yeah.
Yes, and the question is...
Vladimir, you have to close your eyes when I change my underpants.
Oh, you'd better go to your spare dimension. You do so. And that's how
you have your imagination. You close your eyes. When I change my underwear, you close your eyes and you have your own imagination to yourself.
Spare me, please.
You know, it's only enough to tell to Vladimir, Vladimir, now I'm going to blah, blah, blah. And I'm sure he will just, okay, but look, she's doing like this. It's like when you say, okay, try to not think about lemon.
Oh, it is getting even worse.
Yeah.
Teacher Chris Lemon.
Teacher Chris, I don't hear you.
Teacher Chris, get back from your spare dimension, please. Turn on your micro.
No. If I change my underwear in public right now, where everybody sees my all together, then I'd be thrown out of Web Talk. So I don't want to do that.
Yes, and people will fuel speculations about your lemon. We wouldn't like it. Oh, teacher Chris, I would never expect such words told by you. Oh, teacher Chris.
I just have to be well bathed so I won't smell.
Okay. Okay. It was nice of you to come today. I have to go. See you next time. With love from Cold Russia.
Pleasant dreams. Pleasant dreams.
I love you
to Mother
all.
Russia. To Mother Russia.
And
Pleasant
to many lemons to you.
Lemons. Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. See you later.
До свидания.
До свидания.
До свидания.